Moving on to our next featured storyteller, who is Michelle Sandford. Michelle is a TEDx speaker, a tech girl superhero, one of the 100 most influential women in games. She works at Microsoft, striving to think outside the Xbox and to stay one jump ahead of the Game Boy. Michelle strives to be a maximiser of other women, seeking to help raise them up and move them forward. Michelle's story is called When the Revolution Comes. Please welcome Michelle.
I feel that might have built me up a bit too much. I still remember the first day that I realised it was my destiny to become a benevolent dictator. I was 7 years of age, and it was Christmas time. We were walking through the lanes. We did that every year with my grandmother looking for holly. I don't remember what it was that I said to her, but I remember what she said to me. She looked down at me with that look that adults give kids the world over when they've said something intolerably stupid. No, sorry, that's my "you're dead to me" look, not my "you're stupid" look. And she said, "You are too young to know what you want. You are too young to understand." She was so wrong. I felt this anger bubbling up inside me, and I yelled as loud as I could, "I am not!" Actually, I didn't. That shout was on the inside. Because even at 7 years of age, a good benevolent dictator realises they need to keep their rage on the inside. But that shout, that definitive declaration, that outrage, that came because even at 7, I knew better than anyone else that I knew what I wanted, I knew who I was, I knew what I stood for, I knew what I believed in, I knew what I would tolerate, and I knew what I would sacrifice. Me more than any other person in the world, I knew who I was. As I look at the world today, Donald Trump, Brexit, Pauline Hanson, before we get too smug, and I see how they tried to manipulate us through fear and through hate. They frighten us with invisible terrors that lurk in the dark, and rather than seeking the real perpetrators of crimes, they try to turn us against our friends and our neighbours. Blacks, Jews, Asians, Muslims, refugees, Mexicans, Swedish people. You know who you are. They try to get us to forget that those are people too. They try to get us to think that they know what is right and we don't know. They urge us to forget who we are and what we stand for. This country was built on the combined contributions of our Indigenous people and those that came later from all over the world. We celebrate that diversity, and we strive at the same time for a united and harmonious nation. That's a direct quote from our citizenship pledge, well, the introduction to it. But those words ring false when politicians seek to divide us by race, by gender, by class, or by religion. When I was 7 years of age, I knew who I was and what I stood for. But I know there are a lot of people that have never really had that clarifying moment. There are a lot of people that blame the world for not giving them what they think they deserve. They blame governments, they blame teachers, they blame their parents, they blame their employers for not rewarding them, for not recognising them, for not granting them permission. When I was young, I knew that those figures, those authority figures, they do not really hold the keys. We do inside ourselves. And as I look at the world, I know that I cannot really change all the terrible, terrible things that are going on out there, but I can change some things, and I can help some people. So when the revolution comes, And I can implement my benevolent dictatorship with a candy-coated fist. And I will force the world to bend to my kind and gentle will, and I will see that goodness is rewarded. But until that day, I still have some power within me. I can still show the world the best person I can possibly be, and I can urge you all to do the same. So let's stand up, step up, level up, and change the world one good action at a time.